Hey guys, Jason here for the Chart Guys, getting back into the swing of things, looking at general market tickers. A lot of you guys are going to know us from our marijuana and our cryptocurrency market coverage. We used to do a lot of just regular stuff. Dan still does the regular markets. But in order to bring TA to everybody, I'm going to start doing some general market stuff as well. Look at some tickers, and today I'm going to be looking at T-Mobile. T-Mobile is interesting today in particular because we got a big volume day on good news, and good news driving prices up tends to keep those prices sustained at those levels, because if the hype and the information behind the price move is valid, there's no reason for it to not have a sustained move to the upside. So really, we have created a new level of value, and behind that new level of value is going to be a period of price discovery. That is what we're in right now. So we know it's going to be an area of high value because we see the volume behind this move. If this price moved up without volume to back it up, so if our volume was very similar to the previous day, that would say that the general market does not necessarily agree with the move. The fact that you've got a move backed by all of these new buyers, so 20 million traded for volume, that's 20 million votes to say, I agree with the price at this level. Otherwise, we don't have those votes and we don't have the confidence of the market to back up that move. That's sort of the way that I look at it, and it works out well for me. So let's take a look at the 5-minute time frame, and we're going to work backwards. And the ultimate question that I'm going to have for the ultimate question I'm going to try and answer today is, if I'm already profitable, when should I sell? So that's what we're going to look. That's the question we're going to try and answer. To do that, I'm going to start at the 5-minute time frame and sort of work backwards from here. So here's our move from closing yesterday around 75.32. We saw a big aftermarket pop. We got flush to the upside, a lot of volatility set, EQ, a break, and now we're testing a key level. So let's walk through each of those things that happened. So early on in our pre-market action, we set a high at 80.96. We set a low down here right before open, 75.45. So there is our overall massive range. So we came back up and almost got a double top right here early in the morning, 80.93, before pulling back. So that is a key level of resistance we need to keep an eye on, 80.93 to 80.96. I'm just going to call it 80.96 for simplicity's sake. Then we get into a nice EQ. That breaks bear. If we go to the 1-minute time frame, I'm willing to bet, and I don't have the resolution to support this, unfortunately, but when you break these key levels, that's often when you see a big influx in volume. So big kick in volume here. Then we get into this big flush to the downside. That flush is going to be an important key level for us too, 75.72. Then we start grinding. Let's go back to our 5-minute time frame and see what exactly we were able to accomplish. So after that big flush, we set that support. We start moving up in a little bit of a wedge shape, a little bit loose here, but ultimately we're grinding against our EMA levels. We were unable to get above that EMA level. And in fact, we need to start looking for resistance right around this level. So here we got very close to a double top. Our high 78.53, our next high 78. Did I read that wrong? 78.53. 78.57. So 4-cent range there, marking that double top. And if we go back and look over here, we can see a couple instances where we came close to that. And in fact, we had a low on this candlestick, 78.54. So there is a key level of support and resistance here that we need to be very cautious of. Now, if we open tomorrow underneath that level, come back up, test it, it acts as resistance again, we should expect some more movement to the downside. We might try again later, but ultimately we're going to be looking for a downside move after rejection from that key level support. If we are able to get back over that, look for it to confirm as support before coming back up. And again, being cautious about our resistance, a double top from yesterday, 80.96. Get over 80.96 and all bets are off. We're in blue sky territory. Now if we break down, we get rejected, we have that support 75.72 and 75.45. I'm mostly concerned about the 75.72. Now that's because we had alluded to answering the question, when do I know when I need to sell? If I'm in an uptrend and I'm confident and I've been holding this for a long time, what should I be looking for selling opportunities? How do I protect my investment? But also wanting to, be open to the idea that the market's going to keep going up. Well, we use trend changes for that. So if we look at the hourly time frame and we zoom out a little bit, we can see that, we've had periods of stagnation, but ultimately, for the most part, we have been setting higher highs and higher lows, and that hourly trend is moving to the upside. We have now reached a period of increased volatility, but we still, on that big flush, managed to hold a higher low. So here's our low, 75.72. That is higher than the previous low of 74.68. So as long as you're continually setting those higher lows and higher highs, because that's what an uptrend is, something like this, you will trend to the upside and your profits will be protected. Now, you should always be using stop losses, by the way. That's a different conversation and maybe even a different course entirely. But 75.72 is the most recent hourly low. If we lose 75.72, chances are we're going to be looking at an hourly trend change. So we drop through, we come back up, try to set a new support. We might hit 78.57, just as an example, setting a lower high and then coming back down and setting a lower low, thus confirming that trend change. So keep an eye on those levels. And because tomorrow is a new day and a new period of price discovery and price action, keep an eye on those key levels we talked about in the 5-minute time frame. See how those work out. Watch that high day and watch that trend change. And let's see how TMUS develops over the rest of the week. If you want to learn more about technical analysis, ChartGuys.com. We've got a bunch of free stuff for you to check out. I've got a free course coming up if you want to learn more about exactly what we do here. If you have questions, please feel free to ask. I love talking about this stuff. I love teaching. That's my passion. It's what I do. And I want everyone to have as much fun running charts as I do. I just love it. Thanks for listening, guys.